Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 5 of Direwolf20's server play series, Forgecraft2, hanging out with Mist and Soren. Pahamar's poking around somewhere on TeamSpeak here, but I think he stepped away, and Jaded's joined us as well just now. What's up everybody?
Hello.
Hi.
Soren, the workshop's looking good.
You.
So I know, this is going to be the main workshop area, and I'm pretty sure that Morvi is working on getting like a really nice welcome area set up. So that'll probably be like maybe on the other side of this entrance room or something like that. But for now, what happens is you teleport into the room here and we have a workshop going. It doesn't have anything in it yet, but it looks cool. So it's got that going for it. I like the ceiling. How do you come up with patterns on a ceiling like that you know are going to be symmetrical? Because whenever I try and do things like that, it takes me like an hour just to find a symmetrical pattern that's not terrible, and it's usually just squares.
I just started building.
Cool. He just started building, folks. That's how he does it. He just starts placing blocks randomly, and they magically are symmetrical and look cool.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. I hate you.
That's the same thing XComp told me when I made a GUI in front of him.
Yeah, he said I hate you?
Yeah, you know how there's slots in the GUI? I dragged and
Right.
dropped them into the painter tool I had, and they were perfectly centered. And I didn't really think about it. I was like, drag, drop, there we go, done.
Wow.
I don't know how.
Interesting. Alright, so I think our purpose here, Soren, is anything that people don't need to access should go in this basement area that you've already started digging out, right? So things like power generators and energy creation devices and pretty much anything we don't need people messing with. So like we have generators from IC2 who are going to be over here, both geothermal and coal-based and whatever else. That should go in the basement. But anything that we do want people messing with, things like the MFE, for example, so they can recharge their tools, something like that, we're definitely going to want them to have access to that. So we can go ahead and keep that up top. So I think that should be the plan. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Good, I'm glad you agree. I'm making it really dark right now. I'm digging out the basement a little bit more.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, because I like a little bit more headroom. It was a little
Yeah, I
cramped.
just did a quick dig through.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. So I'm going to clear out some basement space, then I'm going to get started working on machines, and we'll be back in a few minutes here to start playing around with all the cool stuff that we're going to have in the workshop. So remember, the purpose of the workshop, in case you guys forget, is we want to make sure that people have a place to come and start doing things early game. Like, have machines to use, have, whatever they need access to. And obviously, we're not going to be able to have every machine in the entire game available in the first minutes of the workshop existing. No, we're going to have to spend some time, probably a good amount of time. As a matter of fact, I'll probably spend most of my early game building out the workshop here, just to make sure everybody has something to use. It's either I build all the machines for myself or I build them for everyone. So I might as well build them for everyone. And then once I've gotten a decent amount of technology accumulated and a decent amount of stuff in the workshop, then I'll start working on my base. And I'm hoping that by that point, Soren, what I'd like to do, I had a plan for something I want to build on Forgecraft1, but since we're like just having so much fun on Forgecraft2 here, I kind of feel like maybe we build that awesome base here on Forgecraft2. But we're going to have to see because it definitely incorporates a few mods, which I don't believe we have access to just yet. So we're going to have to play it by ear. But, I mean, my hope and plan is that once we have the stuff, ready to be built, we also have the mods ready to be used, but we'll see. Oh, I made a mess.
Yeah.
There we go. I fixed it.
Yay.
Cool. All right, so now that you guys know the plan, we're going to clean up the area down here, have a good time digging out a whole bunch of mess, and I'm going to get started showing you guys some of the cool stuff in Industrial Craft, so we'll be right back when we're ready. Alright guys, we're back. So, one of the first things we want to get started on is toying with some of the new Industrial Craft machines. I'm kind of excited for this. So first off, I want to get an MFE going. So I'm going to need a few diamonds and some redstone and all that good stuff. The MFE machine recipe does not appear to have changed, so we're in pretty good shape. Heyo, where's all my diamonds? Did I leave them in the workshop area? Okay, I probably did. Cool. Well, there was half a kind of a reason that I brought all my stuff in here, so that I wouldn't have to bounce back and forth as I was crafting. And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to go back to my main base to do things, because obviously I didn't do what I intended to do. Alright, so 4 energy crystals. Now remember, the basic machine requires refined iron plates, which is a hammer with an iron plate, or an iron block, right? So we're going to need like 8 of these, right? Actually, just do this. We can do that, and then we can do that, and that. And then this. Now you might be saying to yourself, gee, Direwolf, this is a nuisance. Yeah, it's a little bit of a nuisance, I won't lie. Don't worry. You know there's going to be a better way to handle this, right? Yes, there is. We'll get to that in a minute, though. Do I want to make some fiber cabling? Do you happen to have some glass on you?
Yes.
Sweet. Do we happen to have any mod that adds silver? Do we have silver? I bet we have silver back at home. I think I didn't bring silver because I didn't expect to need silver. I'm pretty sure we found some, though, at some point. Aluminum, steel, lead, aluminum, bronze, tin, aluminum, ardite, block of silver. That'll do. That'll do nicely. Alright, where's that glass at, CPW Soren?
Like, kind of been a power. Glass.
Thank you.
And sand, in case you want to smelt some.
Nah, I'm good. I just want a little bit for some fiber cabling, just because if we're going to do this, we might as well do it right from the start, right?
Yep.
So 2 sets of this stuff ought to do, just to get us started. 12 glass fiber cabling. Alright, do I want to make another generator? Yeah, let's go ahead and make one more. I feel like that's probably a good idea. So we want a basic machine, we want a furnace, get out of my inventory junk, and we want a battery, which is going to be tin. Oh, I didn't bring the copper cabling I had with me. Alright, so let's do this. 4 of you can be cut into uninsulated copper cabling, which can then be turned into copper cabling, and holy cow, do I have a lot of inventory space problems already. And redstone. You know what I should have done? I should have just done this. This is much easier, because this thing, remembers your crafting recipes. Alright, what do we got in here that I can get rid of? You and you, for now. So yeah, I'm making this a soaring chest.
How can it be a soaring chest if you place it?
So yeah, I'm making this a soaring chest. Oh right, tin item casing. I forgot. Let's put you away. Oh wow, my forge hammer has exactly 4 uses left. And that wasn't enough for another battery. Alright, we're not going to make another forge hammer because I want to show you guys how this thing works. So first off, I have an MFE, which I'm happy about. And I also have some wrenches. So Soren, I'm going to move our existing generator here in a moment. I'm going to let it burn out the last of its charcoal. And in the meantime, I think I'm going to put the MFE in the corner here so that it can supply power to everything, kind of. And we'll shift-click it to face it downwards, just like before, standard operating stuff. I'm thinking we'll run some cabling up here for the power line in.
There we go.
That's probably going to work out for us pretty well.
That's a proper soaring chest.
So we can just have the power there. So you got the magnum torch down here, Soren.
Your channel.
Yeah.
Nice. What I probably need now, by the way, guys, is maybe some paint. I'm guessing the painters are the same. Do you have any interest in making a yellow and a red painter? Or I guess any color painter, if we have the wool for it. If not, don't worry about it.
Let me go check.
Cool. You rock, dude. I'll get rid of this thing for now. Cool. Generator. We'll just hook you up for now just to sit like that, and we'll throw some charcoal in there, and I think I brought some coal with me to help deal with this. Oh, guess what I found in a dungeon chest? I don't think I mentioned this. I was going to, but I didn't. Haha, I found a portal gun in a dungeon chest, Soren.
Why do I feel scared?
What's that?
Why do I feel scared?
I don't know. Because it's a portal gun and it's awesome. Now we're talking. Excellent. So MFE charging up? Beautiful. That's what I wanted to see. All right, now that that's cooking, let's line these things up the way we want them to actually function. So we've got an electric furnace here that I got back, I'm happy for. Macerator and extractor. Okay, that's cool. So many inventory problems. Let me clean up my inventory real fast.
2 days later.
Yeah, exactly. That's how much junk I have on me, dude.
Right, the iron, not sticks.
I love multiple torches in one spot.
Me too. It just solves all OCD problems. Like, I want this on the corner. Oh, I can't.
Okay,
It was.
so electric furnace. So what I'm thinking here, guys, is 3 macerators and 3 furnaces. So I'm going to do like 1, 2, 3 macerator, 1, 2, 3 furnace. So we'll do macerator, 1, 2, furnace, 1, 2. Cool. I like how you're just constantly changing from one character to another.
Mm-hmm.
You are crazy, sir.
I see no issue. I surely don't mind.
Cool, thank you. Let me do something real quick in here.
I just need to go get some. Oh, I
All
have
yours.
that.
You may have back now.
Okay.
Alright, and the extractor, I guess I'm going to put the extractors and other miscellaneous machines over here. So this guy can kind of just sit right here would probably be good. Now this is an MFE, so we want to make sure we change the output to low voltage, so we'll handle that in a minute. And I want to make next...
Like you seal up the... Okay.
What?
I got closed back out.
Oh, are you out there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I want to make a metal former. Let's see, we're going to need an electronic circuit, which probably is not too bad of a deal. Standard, same thing. Toolbox, which requires some bronze casings, okay. And a coil. Alrighty then. So we're definitely going to need another one of those hammers. So let me get that going. We'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back, and it was bronze casings that we needed, not copper. So I made a mistake there a minute ago off camera. But we've got them going now, and then we need these coils. So we're going to need... How many of these uninsulated coppers?
More than
We
one.
need 24, so we're going to need 12 copper to be punched down and then cut. And that should do. So let's see, metal former, boom, 1, 2, 3, metal former, go. Or don't. Oh, right, because I derped. I was going to do something and then I didn't do it.
Nice.
I have to make a little bit more refined iron.
Yes, and later.
Alright, here goes another try at this. Metal former? Aww. Shift click didn't work with the metal former either. I think maybe it's just that it's not of... Maybe it's an... I don't know. Something shift click isn't working for.
I think it's the toolbox in the recipe.
Did you get a couple cable colorers?
Yeah. Here
Oh,
we go.
hook me up.
And green.
Thank you. You are awesome.
I don't know where I got a tulip, but I had a tulip. We got
Works for me. Alright, oh, one more thing we're going to need is an LV transformer. Alright.
The portal number.
I know. I had this on my screen for a reason. Yeah, these new IC2 recipes are pretty crazy, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I need one piece of wood if you happen to have it. Thank you. Alright, now we're talking. Ah, you're a red bird. So remember, we want this side to face this way. And then we want the power lines for these machines to come out here and here. So I guess we probably don't really want these connecting at all. I always have this trouble with this kind of layout, because we really don't want this energy kind of forming a loop like that. We'll figure it out in a minute. For now, let's get the machines hooked up, because I want to show you guys the metal former. It's pretty cool. I guess the first thing I should do is just get the metal former going, because I don't even have enough cabling for all that. What's up, Gast?
Hello.
Hooray, extractor, metal former. Cool. So as you can see, the metal former sits here and looks awesome. Because it forms metal for you, it basically is the machine version of the forge hammer and the cutter. And you change what you want to make using this button right here. So you can see now it's acting like a hammer. So if I put anything in there that can be hammered, like copper ingots, it'll go ahead and hammer them down into the plates for us that we need. If I went ahead and, instead of that, made it into the cutter, if I had like the flat plates, it would act like the cutting machine tool. But if I put it in wire form, it'll straight up do wiring, I think.
It's in progress bar.
I think if you change it midstream. Alright. It looked like it wasn't moving, but now it is. I'll have to play with that a little bit and tell player if I found a bug, because I might have. Hooray! There's the copper. Cool, right? So let's see, if I put this in cutting mode and then in wire mode. Aha! You have to remove and replace it in order for it to work. I don't know if that's visual or not. Probably. I'm a sign. Okay, that's cool. And we got the extractor, of course. Good. Alright, back in a few minutes, guys. I'm going to make a few more machines. We are back, guys, and I've got a pair more macerators and electric furnaces. Now, these will obviously at some point get updated to induction furnaces, but at this point we really don't have the power. In fact, I already ran out of that stack of coal that I just tossed into that generator down there. We've got our metal former. I definitely want a compressor, and there's one or two other machines we're going to want to have up here, but I've got my extractor down here ready to do its thing. It's extracting and stuff. Soren, I think I'd like to get some more power into this place, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a geothermal generator real quick. I think I can get away with a few pieces of ingot. And I'm going to need some refined iron here for a moment, but that's no big deal. So let's see. Is it still just 4 ingots like that for a cell? I guess not. I had to figure out how to make one of these cells because the recipe lookup is not working. Universal fluid cell? Maybe that's what it's called? Empty cell. Okay, tin item casing. Maybe that... Well, the geothermal generator still says I need the empty cell. So maybe that's a new recipe? We're going to test and see if this works, because I'm kind of feeling like it might not. And if it doesn't, I'll have to work around it as a bug, because it would technically be a bug at that point.
Yay.
So I'm going to hammer these things out and be right back. Alright guys, we are back, and I'm just snagging my ender tank here. So here's the deal. You ready? No such luck. Didn't have any luck. I tried crafting the universal fluid cells. You only get one. So I said, alright, before I go blow, a bunch of tin item casings and a bunch of glass and stuff, I'm going to go ahead and go into a test world and test this. Unfortunately, you cannot use the universal fluid cells to craft geothermal generators, and empty cells don't appear to have any kind of recipe. At least not one that I can look up.
Empty cells aren't going to have a recipe till Zycraft's in.
Empty cells aren't going to have a recipe till Zycraft's in? Industrialcraft2? Empty cells? Why?
Basically, Thunderdark was looking for the rendering for how to do a fluid dynamically in that little tiny space inside the fluid cell. And I kind of had figured that out for the buckets in Zycraft, and I asked him if we could wait a little bit until Zycraft adds it in the release. And it's like, okay.
Well, I need that to craft the geothermal gen. So I'm going to switch into cheat mode, because I call this a bug. I'm going to trade in my tin item casings, which I just went ahead and made, for a bunch of empty cells. Typically, you would get, not those, these. You get, I think, 16 typically from 4 iron, so I feel like that's a pretty fair trade. I think it's a bug that they just forgot to include a recipe for that. So, problem resolved. Alright, I need to make some refined iron plates. Alright guys, we're back. Time for... Dun dun dun. Yeah, it's probably not going to work, is it?
Aha.
What's up?
Aha.
Missed.
Hi.
How's it going, buddy?
Okay.
I'm recording, FYI.
I'm not getting swarmed by zombies that walk to me from 8 chunks away at the moment, so that's good.
That is good.
Well, I'm sure it's going to happen at any moment now.
Alright guys, so
Yeah,
you should
there's
know that
skeleton.
lava has been nerfed a little bit in the new version of IC2. It still produces 20 EU per tick. However, in the past, you would get 20,000 EU per bucket. Now you only get 12,000 EU per bucket. So less lava overall, or less EU overall per bucket of lava. Keep that in mind. I'm wondering... the mouse over tooltip no longer shows how much energy you get from a piece of coal, so I kind of forget. But long story short, less energy from lava, which I think is a good change because lava was far and away the champion of energy production in IC2. So got power gen going, got pretty much most of the basic machines available for people to use. So good news, everybody. We have access to 3 electric furnaces and 3 macerators in the workshop for everybody. Also have a metal
Good
former.
news, everyone!
Exactly.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
I know, right? We've got an extractor and a metal former, too. I'll get some compressors up here at the point where we need them. I don't think we need them just yet, but we've got IC2 machines going. And that wasn't too bad, now was it? So, cleaning up inventory, back in a few moments. Alright guys, we're back, and I just made a pump. Why? Well, if you recall, just a bit ago we made a nifty endothermic pump, which was working great for us, except there was a weird thing going on with it, and I don't honestly know where the problem lies, but basically it seems redstone engines were not running well with the thing. It just wasn't behaving. So instead, I'm going to use a regular old Buildcraft pump and see if things behave any better. And that'll at least help me track down as to whether or not this is a redstone engine problem or if it's a endothermic pump problem. And once I figure that out, I can go talk to the correct mod author and be like, it's broken. Or at least not fully working as intended. There we go, that's what we're talking about. So let's build like just a little small area here to live in. I'm going to just do this and be right back. Alright guys, so we're going to give this a try. The ender tank here is nice and empty. So we're going to put down ender tank. We're going to put down pump.
What is going on?
Soren has angered the zombie pigmen like you wouldn't believe.
I know. I was shooting gas, and Baby Pigman's like, I want that arrow. That's mine now. In his face.
Will this work? Yeah, it will. Nice. Alright, so we're going to give this a minute or 2. You know what I might even do to speed this up? Oh, wow. I'm just watching Soren die over and over. Don't mind me.
You get my stuff.
Yeah, if I need to. Alright, so already it's kind of doing that thing that it was doing before. Soren, I want you to know the zombie pigmen are not only angered at you. Mister, will you get my stuff?
They pissed off at everyone?
He's pissed off. He is.
What did you do, Soren?
I shot a baby Enderman by accident.
Alright, I barely made it out of the Nether alive.
Oh.
I don't know which of this is yours. I'm just giving you everything that doesn't look familiar.
Okay.
That looks pretty close to right. Alright, let's go see if they're less angry now.
I don't think so.
Probably not. I'm gonna have to kill them all. Nope,
yeah,
not less angry. Not less angry. Alright guys, we'll be right back. Alright guys, so this does seem to be working, which is a really good sign, because it means A, we get to let this run. I put my chunk loader down. So no longer self-chunk loading, but, you know, we've got a traditional pump working pretty well. We'll have to come back and see what kind of... apparently lava has gotten a little bit better about how it drains. So, are these pigmen going to kill me, Soren?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I
neither do
just
I.
get from.
Running away. Back to the overworld. I do not have any... I have some arrows.
Okay.
Like 40 of them.
Ooh, I got another gas can. What?
Gas tier? Good. Hang on to those, because we'll probably need them. Plenty.
I got 2 different skins for guests.
Gotcha.
Ha!
So we're
my
doing
house.
pretty good here, guys. We should have a decent amount of power, at least to power basic machines. Like, we're not going to be powering a million different things, but at least the workshop is now in a functional state that people can come up and actually process ores and do basic things with it. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy about it, Soren?
Mm-hmm. Just not when we're getting killed.
Right. Understood.
Oh, that pigman hates us. Okay, run.
Alright, then run. Then most
I
definitely
wouldn't
run.
go through that book.
Alright guys, we'll be back in just a moment. Alright, we're back guys. So, we do have a pretty nice setup of IC2 machines here, but there's a couple more we're definitely going to want. Let's see, I'm going to want probably one of these, and probably one of these. Maybe 2 of these. Yeah. So we're going to definitely want a compressor here to go next to our extractor, and then we're going to want an ore washer and a centrifuge. Okay. Now we can't craft these yet. As a matter of fact, the ore washing machine does not have a recipe yet, so we can't craft it just yet. But once we get that, we'll be able to do a multi-step process, kind of like factorization has. And the thermal centrifuge is a ridiculously expensive machine, requiring 2 mining lasers, an electric motor. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff going on to the thermal centrifuge, but it's a process that will allow us, through multiple steps, to get even more ingots out of our ore than we already do. So we'll definitely take a look at that. So one more thing I want to do before we wrap up here is probably chunk load the workshop, because basically I want people to always be able to come in and find a full MFE for them to run their stuff with, and I want people to also be able to, you know what I need? It's more obsidian. You don't happen to have obsidian by chance, do you, Soren?
No.
Nope.
I've got loads.
Do you?
Yeah.
Can you bring me a little bit to the workshop? Oh, this is also going to be our
6.
Nexus Age, by the way, so don't be afraid to start bringing books there. Morvy's going to work on a plan to make it look really good, but... So that's
How much
cool.
you want? Half a stack of obsidian?
Sure, yeah, if you got that much.
I've got like a stack and a half. I've just been mining it.
Yeah, I really only need 4 technically at this point, but if you want to bring me more, I won't object. I'm basically working on a ton of automation for the workshop here. I do have a plan to automate a lot of this, but for now I just want the base machine so that it can be used manually, and then we'll get into automation for people. So that literally you'll be able to walk into the workshop, drop your stuff into one of multiple applied energistic systems, and it'll automatically process everything. And I do have massive plans for automating it in a very interesting and fun way. Burning through so many resources, but that's okay. It's all for the workshop. So I'm going to pop this guy like right in the center of the room-ish, kind of. And, I don't know. Is 49 chunks enough? Radius of 4 chunks? That's keeping the whole workshop loaded for sure. I think that's good enough for now, and if we need to bump it up later, we can. Oh, it's Marathi. I wanted to kill him. Oh, maybe it's not Marathi, it's a horse.
A horse. We died, of course.
Oh, it's Soren. What are these things that you're building with? Are they multi-parts?
Yep.
Cool. Alright, guys. So, I feel like we had a pretty successful episode. I have saltpeter? I don't even know where I can have this stuff. So for now, we do need to wrap up, unfortunately. Hope you've enjoyed checking it out. definitely some new mechanics to industrial craft, and a lot of neat and new stuff that I'm pretty excited about. We will be back next episode. We're going to start working on some other machines. I might want to get an assembly table going, but the one thing that we don't have going for us at the moment is thermal expansion. So we don't have a redstone energy cell. That's kind of going to make it a little bit harder, but what I'm going to have to do is either automate it with gates, or at least for the manual process for now, have a lever system. And we're probably going to want to start looking at some kind of fuel process, because without thermal expansion, we can't have magmatic engines. So our engine choices are limited. We may want to, I know we have a little bit of oil out in the Digger Age, Soren. I don't know if you've seen much of it. I haven't seen any oil really out here.
There's a big oil here in the overworld.
Is there?
Yeah, a huge one. It's about 600 meters from spawn.
Oh, really? Where at, do you know? Where at? Do you have, like, coordinates for it?
I do have coordinates for it.
Oh, you are awesome.
I have a waypoint. It's at -343, -9.
-343, -9. I'm going to have to go check
In
it out.
overworld.
I'm going to go check it out right now real quick. I won't tell you
there's
what's there.
About 3 others around it as well.
I guess that's a little bit far. Hold on. Oh yeah, that is a pretty big one.
Sure is.
How do pumps work? Are they better about being able to pump oil out of a
Yes, they are.
lake?
We fixed that bug. So Covert fixed it. So you put a pump on top of that, it will pump all the oil out.
And it'll ignore all the water?
It'll ignore all the water because it's got oil in it.
Nice. You're right,
Yeah.
there are 2 right near here. That's pretty cool. Alright, Soren, so in between this episode and next, I think we need to do 2 things. We need to get some more blaze rods and some more ender pearls so that we can get some more liquid teleportation going on. Then we'll build basically some combustion engines and fuel processing, and we'll be able to power some buildcraft machinery, and pretty much, ideally, we should be able to get maybe even a quarry going pretty soon. That would be cool. And we'd be able to also power like an assembly table in the workshop, because that's one of the most important machines available right now. Because without power crystals mod, we don't have access to rednet cabling. So redstone is basically condemned to just vanilla at the moment, unless we use some awesome and cool stuff made by Mr. CPW. Buildcraft logic gates, and pipe wiring is pretty useful to use as redstone cabling in a pinch.
Wireless redstone.
You can actually use gates as logic gates. Did you know that?
Yeah, no, like I've actually made and OR gates at times with
Yeah, you
with them.
can. If you use blue and red wire, you can make and OR gates.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I did it a bit in in Forgecraft2. What are you doing, Soren?
What am I doing? You don't watch my stream while you're talking.
Yeah, you're a weird dude, Soren. Just letting you know that.
Just bouncing around.
Alright guys, so for now, Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed... Oh, it's hourly derp time. So, hope you enjoyed the episode, and take it easy!